Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim. Bismillahir rahmanir rahim. Alhamdulillahi rabbil alamin. Alhamdulillahi rabbil alamin. Alhamdulillahi rabbil alamin. Bismillahir rahmanir rahim. Alhamdulillahi rabbil alamin. Arrahmanir rahim. Maliki yawmiddin. Iyyaka na'budu wa iyyaka nasta'in. Ihdinas siratal mustaqim. صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين ربنا آتنا في الدنيا حسنة وفي الآخرة حسنة وقنا عذاب النار ربنا لا تزغ قلوبنا بعد إذ هديتنا وهب لنا من لدنك رحمة إنك أنت الوهاب ربي السلام عليكم سلام على المرسلين الحمد لله رب العالمين. May Allah guide and protect all of us. May Allah help Lamin to produce more and more books. May he live longer and continue to produce more and more and more.
For now, you are your Imam Jere Ture until our Imam Sanneh is in. Good morning, beloved family, friends, and loved ones. I just want to first thank all of you for coming out in your numbers. And some of you came here well before 11, earlier than even most of us. We'll continue actually in prayers to pray that the launch is done in peace and that these books that are meant for us will be read, for us to all be successful in our lives, and also to stay peaceful, joyful, and grateful. In that name of gratitude, I just want to thank Mr. Lamin Sanneh for gifting us these books, even though many of us don't see books as gifts. Even when our children are actually having their birthdays, we don't give them books. We bring cake. So please, from today, buy as many of these books as possible. Keep them to give them to your children on their birthdays. I'll tell you the secret later. Cake, I wouldn't want to use the word poisonous, but it's sugary. And because of sugar, most of us have lost all our teeth. Because of sugar, most of us actually have NCDs without knowing. But with books, I've never seen anybody who has read until something went wrong with their mind. So, Mr. Sanneh, thank you very much for this. And I just hope and pray that we would invest more in the children of our education and more so in reading. Some of you seated here, only God knows when last you've read. Only God knows. And if I test you, I know I will definitely realize it was when you were taking your last exams, whether it was professional exam or academic exams. My senior is here, Malangba, he knows what I'm talking about. For him, if anything, he has lived everything he has written in these books. I've taken time to go through them. And it's like when I told him, wow, are you sure I'm going to read it? He said, you already know what is here. And he's right. So, but read them and you know. All right, so without much ado, I would want to call upon the chairman of the occasion. I'm just here as moderator. Our members of the high stake table, you'll get to know them as we move. Some of you already know them more than I do. But for the benefit of maybe those that are not with us and are actually maybe at the moment viewing us or would be viewing or watching this later, my immediate left is the chairman of the occasion, and it's none other than Mr. Asanba. You have a woman. I overheard them say, but I didn't pay attention that one was already there. So, Mama, I apologize that you're going to introduce yourself instead of me introducing you. So you see the power you have? Yes. So introduce yourself, please, for everyone. God bless you. Congratulations. Maimuna G. Coker, Senior Regional Manager. I have a query for one of your managers of country who ought to have been here, and ought to have actually given me something in Ibrahim Ajub. Tell him that's a query for him. From me, okay? And if you don't query him, I'll query you. Great. So next to our mama is Mr. Mata Manjang. I hope I'm not giving you another story. Yeah? All right. So Manjang, yes, I've met him, I've known him. Well, some I wouldn't say 20 years ago, but close to that. Yes, and we're glad to have you around. So we're glad that the family from Norway is here to support. And I hope you'll not just come and buy one book or two. So long I'm moderating, all of you will not leave here without going with 10 books. Yes, yes, I am the one in charge anyway. So in case you don't like it, I'm sorry. Well, blame Lamin for making me chairman. Sorry, MC, the chairman is here. 10 books at least, because you have to send one to your primary school. Send one to your region. Already 2 gone, am I not right? Send one to what? The library. If there's no regional library, send one to the regional office, education office. You know what I mean? So already 3 gone. Send one to your junior school. If you have no junior school, send one to your high school. So if you continue sending one, by before you know it, even the 10 books I've asked you to buy will not be enough. Hello? Some of them don't want to see me. Well, I'm sorry, I'm the one in charge today. The reason I'm asking you to buy books is some of you, especially the ladies, you go shopping. You will spend 5,000. And when people look at what you even bought, it's less than 2 kilos. I'm sorry if I am saying something that is hurting you, but that's the reality. Because I've weighed some of the things that they bought in my house. You know the way. All right? So, but let's buy books, and please, going forward, as parents, let's donate books to our children. And make sure you follow them to tell you what they've learned from those books. We are clamoring about poor performance. We are responsible for it as parents. I don't need to tell you, I know why. You will go to the best boutique and buy the best borrowed for your children, costing less than not than 5,000. Am I not right? Even school fees for your children becomes a problem. Transport to go to school becomes a problem. I can go on and on and on to just give you the challenges of our sector. Socially, we are doing very well. We can spend so much on social activities and programs. But when it comes to education, to invest in it, even if you get a study teacher for your children, you don't even know what they are learning. You don't even know what he or she is teaching. And you people might have even been specialists in those subject areas, but the study teacher will come and go and they'll be chopping your money every month. Am I deviating? It's still book launch. Gratitude and success. Success succeeds. So that's why I'm bringing out some of these things. But I'm not the one to talk, so Chairman, the floor is yours.
Our brother Lamin Sanneh, Madam Maimuna Koka, Mr. Matar Manjang, Lamin Sanneh and family, the sisters, the press, staff of NAWEC present. I know the Honorable MP was supposed to be here, but I learned that he traveled. The Imam was also supposed to be here, but he had some other engagements. I'm hoping that before we close, he will be here. Good afternoon to you all. It is a pleasure to welcome all of you in this exciting book launch. My name is Hassan Ba. I am an employee of NAWEC, also a colleague of Lamin Sanneh. Lamin is currently our customer support officer in charge of revenue control in one of our biggest branches in the Gambia. Lamin has a lot of experience dating from the days of MSG. Here is somebody that also has developed a passion in writing books. You will all agree with me that this is not the first time he's launching a book. We were in this very hall, I think last year, launching a book that he just named, Joyfulness. Joyfulness, yeah. And it was written by the same author, Mr. Lamin Sanneh. As I said, apart from being an accountant, apart from being a sport person, here is somebody that's very passionate about writing. I listened to some of his interviews. I think it was Coffee Time with Peter Gomez. And exactly this is what he said. You know, he has a passion. And it's something that all of us should emulate from. Today, 3 books have been launched. The first is Secret to Success. There's another one called The Power of Gratitude. And the third book is The Purpose of Life is to be Grateful. These titles alone speaks for themselves. The messages are so powerful that it should even make you so curious to read and know what is inside. But sometimes the titles alone should be enough. The communication should even stop there. And I think he's done a very great job. In one of the books, Secret for Success, which is one of my favorites, he describes success as the accomplishment of any number of possible aims, dreams, aspirations, and goals. He also emphasized that your desire to succeed should not or must not be selfish.
Yes.
It must benefit humanity. He further said there is no success without peace of mind. What good is your wealth if you cannot sleep at night? Because you have this guilt in you of how you gained that wealth.
That's true.
When I read that person, I had to pause. And I said, my man is really preaching here. Because these are things that all of us, being believers, either Muslim or Christians, that we should have in our heads. And if you go through the book, you'll see, how he elaborated on that. He also explained in about 20 chapters in this book, what you could do to be successful. The book is about 20 chapters. All of those chapters is telling you what you could do to be successful. He also reminds readers that success is not about money. There are many facets to that. If you go through the book, at least one of these books, you will see that clearly explained. He also he's taking his time and he's listed 99 things that you could do or you should do if you want to be successful. And I will implore on all of you to please read this book, or at least go and read that last chapter, where you have those 99 things that are listed. Each of them tells you something. And if you want to be successful, this is something I advise all of us to read. There are a lot of powerful messages there. I believe these books are a good read. I personally find them very, very useful. And I think all of us should read these powerful and educative messages that are in these 3 books. I will encourage all of us. To please try, as he said, to at least buy or pledge as much as we could to make sure that we go home with some of these books to our friends, to our families, to our loved ones, to our schools, to make sure that people read and get the message. As I said, the messages are so powerful that we should not just leave these books guard us. Let us make this day a memorable day for Lamin and for all of us. And for ourselves, colleagues of Lamin and Nawe. Because whatever Lamin is doing here, I think we are also supposed to be proud of. Because we are part of his family, and seeing him doing this, that probably some of us would have sat and also do, I think it's something very encouraging, and we should be very happy. I thank you, all of you, for being here, and I really would have loved to have the Honorable MP, who is always with us when we call. It's just something he's not here, but I know the type of person he is, and I was expecting to see him. And I would definitely thank him on behalf of Lamin, that even though he's not here, but we know, the works he plays within the community, and he definitely would have been here. I really thank all of you, and I encourage all of you to read this book and listen.
Knowledge is not based on certificate. You can get knowledge without a certificate. All right? And I know now people are just in a haste to get experience, to say I'm here for the past 20 years, 30 years. But you've not checked to see what type of experience you've got. What experience are you actually bragging about? Sorry to use that word. You know what I mean? An experience of doing the wrong thing for the past 30 years is wrong. It's wrong, so don't talk to me about that experience. And if we don't read, Ya Imam, Ture, if we don't read, you are behind. 30 years back. Some people are here, maybe the last time they entered a classroom to do a refresher course was 10, 20 years ago. And every year they are promoted. From where? If I was HR officer in any place, you don't get promotion without validation. You must be assessed before you get promotion. So that those who refuse to study, those who refuse to work, I'm sorry, you'll have to be where you are. Stagnation. So certification is not education. Graduation is not education. Let's be educated. And we can be educated by reading. It's not the degree you acquire. It's the knowledge that you are able to utilize to benefit others. Please, your children will only read if they see you reading. You want me to repeat it? Your children will only read when they see you reading. I'm saying this because I know. I know. So don't shout at your children at home because you're not doing it right. Madam, you're smiling. Are you one of them? Sorry, I'm here to make every parent guilty because that's what I should be doing. That's what we should be doing. Most of us are not doing things right. We want our children to do it right. It cannot be. Children learn by imitation. What we do is what they do. If you are aggressive, your child is watching you. Don't think they will not be aggressive. They will. In your presence, they will not because they are afraid of you. But in your absence, you will see the way they bully others. It's natural. Those are instincts. If you read, your children have no excuse not to read. So please, read to lead. Otherwise, you'll just be wasting your time. So I'm happy that my brother has chosen this one. Success, and remember you can succeed in many ways. But the best way you succeed is by constantly reading and upgrading yourself. That's the best way. For me, that's success. If I constantly and continuously do that which keeps me moving, alhamdulillah, that's all I need. It's not about money. And this takes us back to even your health. Most of you, you are not actually watching your health. You're not watching your diet. You eat anything and everything. You take taxi from here to the junction there. You even call a driver all the way from where? Willingham to come and pick you up where? In Westfield. When you could have easily walked from Westfield to Church Hill. Hello? It's all part of it. I must tell you. If I don't tell you, I'll be lying. This is an opportunity for me to tell you, yeah, work for health. So please, those of you who keep driving from morning to Friday, park your cars on Saturday and Sunday and walk. It won't kill you. After all, you're all from villages. If you get one another combo, don't bother here. Another combo, Mr. Matar Manjan, to actually share some words about the books that are published. And maybe I'll be expecting him to buy 100 books. And I'll be very happy. I know he's a rich man. It was when he started work to now. Definitely that money matter. Even the way I knew him, he knows. When I knew him, he was a boy, now he's a man. So the floor is yours.
Ladies and gentlemen, colleagues, and distinguished guests, honorable members of the High Table, and our very own author himself, Mr. Lamin. Good morning to you all. Is it already morning? It's afternoon already. Good afternoon to you all. I don't even know where to start. Hassan has said it all, but just that I differ a little bit with Hassan. His favorite is Secret to Success. My favorite is The Purpose of Life is to be grateful. That's the only way we differ. His favorite is Secret to Success. I feel if you go through this thing, I even wonder if Lamin will have any more things to write. After going through these 3 books, you know, the powerful messages that are in this book, they are beyond boundaries. Just to elaborate on what the MC is saying, I think the only permanent thing in life is change. And to be able to adapt to change is to put yourself abreast of changes. And how can we do that? You cannot be in everywhere where things are happening. The only way, the medium that we have is reading. We need to read to develop our mind. We need to read to keep ourselves abreast of things that are happening. I mean, when I read some of these books, I feel like Lamin is kind of using a different way of teaching people. You know, life nowadays, in the challenges that we face, everybody is crazy about material success. Everybody, every time we went to find, people are trying to go to West to find trainer pastures. Why? Because we want to drive nice cars, we want to have built good houses. all we think, because what we measure success is all about material in life. So we think that success is all about material. We are all, with that illusion. But when you read these books, it gives you a different perspective. And Lamin has demonstrated that in all the way he sees issues and the way he analyzes it, he normally does it in a different perspective. From his book, one of his books, The Argument of Aisha and Binta with a Bicycle. When I started reading the book, I was thinking he was going to come with but the perspective that Lamin comes to analyze it, what he gains out of those, the kids are arguing for a bicycle. Binta, he was having a conversation with Ami. Binta and Aisha are outside, and they just ran out to come and fight for a bicycle. Lamin made a very powerful message. The lesson he learned from that just keeps right. I was thinking differently, but the more I go, the more I see Lamin always have a different perspective of the way he analyzes issues. I think that is exceptional, and it's good. I try to read the books to come up with a very powerful speech, combining messages from all these books, but I realized that that's not going to work because we're going to spend the whole day here. That's not going to work. So my favorite is the purpose of life is to be grateful. The message that Lamin is trying to send to us is like, we have to appreciate the little that we have in order to help us to get to where we are. Because life is, his previous book, The Joyfulness. Here, that book, he was trying to preach that happiness lies in your inner self. How content you are. It doesn't matter. If I tell you some of the billionaires are not able to sleep because they still feel like they don't have enough. They are still yearning for more. How do we appreciate it? How do we get happy? So everything is about being grateful for what you have today. Then you build on that to go forward. So his works not only reflect the incredible talent and dedication, but also profound understanding of transformative power of gratitude. If we have the power, the habit of being gratitude of what we have, it always helps us to appreciate the little that we have. It helps you to be honest. It helps you not to be greedy in life. In amidst this world whereby everybody is looking for something more, it's difficult to stay without being greedy. So if you are grateful with the little that you have, trust me, you can be happier with the little that you have than the much that you have. As I said, you can be successful. You cannot sleep. You can have millions, but you go to bed, you will not be able to sleep. And that is what is important. He invites us to explore how gratitude can enrich our everyday experience, reminding us amidst life challenges, it is our appreciation of little things that can often carry us forward. You understand? So he understands life offers a lot. It definitely offers a lot that we have to do, but sometimes we are blinded of the little that we have. We think of what things that are ahead of us. The power of gratitude builds on the team, offering insight on how cultivating a grateful mindset can lead to a person's professional growth. Lamin Sanneh encourages us to recognize that gratitude is not just a feeling, but a powerful tool that can save our lives, and both personally and professionally. In this book, he tried to distinguish what a leader and a manager is. And one of the most captivating things that I get from it is a leader, from his own testing, leaders, he said, leaders are architects, and then managers are builders. So it means leaders, they are just there to inspire and lead. If you think that you are a leader, you are in a position being in social, in our communities, or in our offices. If you think that you are a leader, but you cannot achieve anything by emphasizing your authority, your authority that you have. For instance, I'm your boss, you have to do this because I'm your boss. Then that is not a leadership. If I can inspire you to achieve something, I set visions, and I can inspire people to get it. That's what leaders do. Managers, in Lamin's words, managers, what they do is try to control and coordinate to get things done. But to set the purpose, that's what leaders do. So we inspire. And Lamin is a testimony of all his writings. He lives it, he demonstrates it, and that's how modest he is in his life. Lamin illustrates how gratitude plays a crucial role in achieving goals. The book emphasizes the true success is rooted in our thankful heart. As I always say, the true success is rooted in our thankful heart. The little that you do to people, you change people's life. That's where success is. Not what I achieve, what I can accumulate as wealth or something. But how do I impact people's lives? How do I make this society better? Better than the way I found it. When I was born in this society, we were doing things this way. But my impact now, I have changed it to another level. That's how success. You feel gratitude. You feel you're happy. You inspire somebody. The little that you can do, you can even mentor a child. Sometimes people find it difficult to even, choose a career path. So we in the society, we can easily mentor, just by mentoring a child and seeing that child grow, be somebody tomorrow, it's full of gratitude. That's how thankful we should be in our hearts. So going through this, I really don't know how Lamin will write again, but I think he has sent a lot of messages. The only thing I want to encourage, I think the messages are so powerful to be limited to these boundaries.
Yes.
And to be limited to hard copies of books. I would encourage Lamin to explore having his books on Amazon.
Yes.
So many people are now doing away from hard copies. Even it's not about the money that you get out of it, but the impact that you want to leave. These are living legacies. Whether you are here or not, even in your absence, people will read and they will learn something from it. It's like some of these books are like preachings,
yes,
but in different approach. You don't go to the mosque or give sermons, or you don't go to the church and give this thing, but you are doing it in a different approach. Because what we learn today, all what you see speakers are doing motivational speakers. But in Africa, I always say to people, it's not about knowledge. We don't lack knowledge. Yes. We have people who are very smart in Africa. But why are we where we are? It's not religion. We have many mosques in Africa than many places. Many churches in Africa than many places. But why are we where we are? We still more than all those people who don't even have religion. We are more corrupt than all those people who don't have religion. It's the moral character that is missing. So these are the messages that is missing in the society. These are the things that should come in the society. It's not how you can be a manager, how you can become a president. It's not those talks right now. We need, from the grassroots, all what we need to touch the characters of our kids so that we can have change. But if everybody is aspiring to become a politician, why do you want to be a politician? Because you can become rich at just overnight. Why do everybody wants to go to be in an office? Because of the material success. But let's try to inculcate moral ethics in our kids. I think that is the message Lamin is saying. Faithfulness. So as we celebrate here, we celebrate the launch of these 3 books. We not only celebrate it, but the power of the message that goes with this book. So I want to congratulate Lamin, and the family has the MC said, because it must take a lot. I know it takes me a lot to publish one paper, much more to write a book. I know what is it into publishing, especially when it comes to a book. I am like, how can Lamin do this? I even wonder, definitely. And I know that staying with my family, I cannot do a lot. Even the publishing that I did, I will do it outside when I'm not with my family. But staying with my family, I cannot do that. So if he has that understanding family that can give him the time that he needs to dedicate the time that is needed for the books, I think that's a lot of sacrifice the family also are taking. So all the family success, we have family, me and the kids, my wife Inga and Aisha. So and my daughter. So that's why I'm in morning, because he has my namesake, he has my wife's namesake as well. So thank you very much. Thank you.
As they say, we can go on and on and on to continue talking about these books that Lamin has gifted us, to continue talking about issues therein that are affecting us, affecting society, to continue talking about a lot more other things. But I believe action matters more than words. It is good for some of us to keep talking. But the best thing is to act more. And again, I am appealing to all of you parents. If you want your children to become something, let them see that something in you daily. You want me to repeat that? If you want your children to definitely be good at something, let them see that something in you daily. If you want your children to read, daily you must read. If you want your children to reflect, daily you must reflect. If you want your children to be grateful, daily you must show gratitude to them and to others. They must see it. I'm saying this because the environment in which we live determines who we are and who we become. Some of us have taught our children to insult without realizing, because they hear us on the phone insulting, yelling, shouting, cursing, and doing a lot more other things. And you think your child is not picking that from you? Think about it. Or your child will be at home, you will be doing certain things, and you think your child is not watching. Before you know it, you will want to blame outsiders, when actually all that which they've learned is from the house. So please, let's bear that in mind, and everything is actually in all these books that Lamin has written. It's a reminder. It's like a man who smokes and wants to talk to people about what? Smoking. Am I communicating? Is it not a mismatch? It's like a doctor who is obese coming to talk to us about good health. You know what obesity is? For some people it's good life or good living. It's not. It's a disease, it's a condition. So a lot of things we do, we don't realize that we are not the best examples. Instead of giving examples, we ought to be the example. I didn't talk about Lamin's athleticism, which definitely maybe some here never knew. Lamin, I wouldn't say was, is a scholar athlete. What do I mean by a scholar athlete? People who have combined sport and education. Well, many a times it is always like this, that people who are athletically oriented are not academically inclined. I'm putting that in quote, because that's what we've always believed. All because the ones we have seen succeed mostly either drop out of school and only concentrated on sports, football, athletics, basketball also. Or maybe they've not actually been studying hard and have not been doing well in class. And all they do well is at the stadium, at the football field, representing the country. Am I not right? But you cannot be in athletics and be a high achiever if you are not here. Athletics is for this. It's for this. Because whatever you do is either mathematical in nature, even divisioning will take you to technical brain. You can't be a very good architect or builder if you don't have vision. Because if the building is crooked, your eyes should be able to tell you without even using that rule. Hello? Yes, we need technical brain at school, so that's why I can talk about architect, building, engineering. I can do that. Because we did both technical, that is mechanical brain and technical brain in our school. When the people came during exam, you could choose to go for mechanical or technical. So I'm not an engineer, but I have basic engineering knowledge. So those of us who are all seated here, how many people have we influenced in what we do in our workplaces, at home, in our community? That's what Lamin is doing through his books. So Lamin, just as Mata urged, for me, any book you've published, you need to move to the other level of the visual. Because we know people now watch things online, on the screen, more than they read. Am I not right? So maybe we'll take it up from there. Somebody must sponsor that project. Lamin will have his book, then he will be reading while somebody is taking it and then talking about the book. Maybe when he does that and it goes to the television or YouTube, you'll have many more people viewing. It is not for the money, but it's the message to transform lives. Mohammed, that's your project. Because I have seen you carry the camera and I know you are very good at that. So you work with that to come with that project and maybe get the family involved in reading some part of it. So let it be a family thing and the money comes back to the family. All right? But now we will have to sponsor it. Matar and Asad. And my mother. Yes, he's one of you. And he's been there since 96, if I got it right. So 96 to date is almost 30 years, right? If not more. Are we heading to 40? 96. 96 to 2006 is 10. 2016 is 20. Okay, 28. Okay. Are you not old? You're not. Don't worry. But that was when I left the army anyway, so I can tell. So please, that is something. Go digital. Because we know even at home, all we do now is to just give our kids tablets. Just to be free from them. Am I not right? Not knowing we are poisoning them. Because you don't watch the channels they watch. You don't even tell them as to which channel they should be watching. At home in my house, the remote is in my hand. As I'm out, the TV is off. It's only on when I get back to the house. It's part of what you do. And now we have our chief launcher. By the way, your honorable is my son. Okay. So this message is for him. Suleiman, I know you're not a politician, you're a community developer. Buy more books and develop or open a library for the people of Bulu. And buy most of these books, 100 for you. Your one trip alone can even take care of all the books. 100 books. Anything less, I'll see you. And then give them to all the schools around Bundu, all the schools around your constituency. And if need be, donate some of them to your people. You know what I mean? So that's a message for you. Politicians come for votes, but none of them invest in our education. And even if they do, maybe it's 1/10 of what they earn. So please do more in knowledge production. I can talk to you and I'll talk to others the same. So Lamin, follow him. We must buy more to give out. Okay, so you are sent to here. You can do the launches, buy your own part and make sure that he takes the rest. I'm going to audit you. I'll find out how many books you bought. And Lamin will tell me. All right, so we now have the official launching of the books, 3 in 1. So I have the honor to invite the representative of Honorable Suleiman Jami here in Hassan, or Hassan, which is which, Hassan or Hassan or Al Hassan? Hassan. Thank you, Hassan. Ba to do the official launch.
I think he said all. Mr. Matar Manjan also said it all. As I said, the Honorable MP, Suleiman Jame, is not here, but he's somebody that I also know because he was our councillor before becoming an MP. And we know all his community activities within Bunu. And I know, I don't sit in Bunu now, but I'm from there. And every time I go for a community event, most likely I will see him there. So that tells me that he is very much working with the community. So he should have launched this book. But as we said, he couldn't be here and I'm asked to take that responsibility. So I hereby now officially launched these 3 books. As I said, The Secret of Success, The Power of Gratitude, The Purpose of Life is to be grateful. These books are now officially launched. What we want, we need to repeat that again. Can we please either buy or give our pledge? Nobody should leave this room without either buying not one book, but as he said, at least 10 books. I think that's what he said.
Well, for those that are employed, yes.
Yes.
No, they can do it. 10 books. By the way, my author, how much is a copy? Very good. So by 10, that is just 8,000. Your salary is more than that. It's 10 times more than that anyway.
So the author is saying that each book is 800. Yes. And we are saying that, and what here? Yes. So we are saying that, can we please buy this book? Or at least we may not come with cash, or we are not probably able to transfer money into his account, but we should be able to make pledges.
That's true.
And not only for pledges, I will be one of the people that will be following
you
in those offices. So please, let's have
it takes money to publish them.
And make sure we buy this book. So officially, we now officially launch this book. Thank you very much.
If you look at it, divided by 365 days, do you know how much that would be? It's like every day less than even $100. But the mathematicians are here. So as I said, sometimes investing in education, in knowledge production is always a challenge for most of us. But we can easily go to Senegambia and blow 10,000 within 3 hours. And very soon, December is going to be here. Am I not right? I don't need to mention it. You know how much some of you spend when it comes to December. From 1 show to another. And this is knowledge production. Right? So let's do something and redirect our thinking on something that is worthwhile and worthy than continuously do that which is just leading us to failure. Today you have a job, tomorrow only God knows. When you retire, are you still in your job? Hello? When you retire, are you still in your job? It is your knowledge that keeps you working. When you retire, it's your knowledge that keeps you working because people will always engage you. It is not because you are MD or director or manager, no. Everybody knows everybody. Trust me, there are people since their retirement, nobody even called them. Am I communicating? Yes. Do you want to be one of those people? Because they have nothing to offer. And they were just managing with them for them to just reach their retirement age. These are realities. So don't be like one of them. I know I will not be. Because if crunch comes to whatever, push comes to shove, I can go to the farm. I don't run away from rain. Unlike some of you. When it rains, you don't even go out. So let's do something. Let's prepare for retirement, not just promotion. Because there's life after retirement. Just as he, at some point in time, decided to really set aside his sporting life and move on to the academic and professional life. That's why he's where he is today. There are so many of people who played together with him, who were in school with him. Sometimes we say it's luck. It's discipline and hard work. It's discipline and hard work. Let's face it. So unless we instill those things in our young ones and people know it, we may be just joking. It's discipline and hard work that takes you far. It's not luck. Personally, I don't believe in luck. If it were luck, I wouldn't be where I am. Malang knows. Yes, if it were luck, I wouldn't be where I am. But I know what got me here. I was hardworking and I was disciplined. I don't smoke, I don't drink. I don't have time for attire. And gossip is not me. Don't try it. You bring one word of somebody, the person will be called and you say it in their presence. So you got to be disciplined and hardworking. Says all of us can write something. Even your story alone, your life story alone is enough for somebody to learn from. We all have a story to tell. And that storytelling is what Lamin has just done by writing. You understand what I mean? So let's try to bring back that dying culture, if not already dead, to make sure that our children become smarter and better in a different way. So, Mr. Sanneh.
Mr. Zanba, Madam Secretary of the Spoka, Mr. Regional Wazir, Lamin Sanneh, is my brother, the MC.
Thank you, sir.
Vicente. Good afternoon to you. I will start with a story. And so we had a very good coach. That coach introduced 4-4-2 for us.
Wow.
But then 4-4-2 was new. So the opponent don't know that system. 4-4-2, you have 4 midfield players, 4 defenders, and 2 pointers.
2 players.
They have 3 midfield players, 3 wingers, 3 forward players. That is 1 9 and 2 wingers and 4 defenders. So the 4 midfield players, 2 of them act as false wingers.
False wingers.
So when we are attacking, they act as false wingers. And when you lose the ball, we fall back in the midfield as midfield players.
Yeah.
So we always dominate the midfield and attack them. So the opponent thought that we were more than 11. Yeah. So they started complaining. I know these people are more than 11. But they didn't know that we had a different
style.
Yes.
Yes.
Because what they knew was 4-4-3.
Yes.
So we started to stop the match and started counting the players. But we are 11-11.
Yes.
What was the difference was the game plan,
The game plan.
and the coach that we had.
Yeah.
So life is like a game. And in every game you need a coach or a mentor.
Yes.
You need a game plan. You need to know the rules of the game and how to play the game.
Yes.
As a player, you have to strengthen your character, focus on the game, brand yourself, build a very strong relationship with your team. You have to build a very strong relationship with your team. That was the difference. So the difference is the game plan that we had and the game plan. It's just the same, because if you have a game plan, you know how to plan your game. This was the difference. So we should, just as we play football, we can do it the same in life too. So when you talk about success, the acronym for success, each letter has a meaning. SUCCESS. The S stands for sense of direction. You should know where you are and where you are heading to. The U is understanding who you really are and why you are here. The first C is commitment. You have to be committed to your goals. Yes. The other C is courage. You have the courage to start, the courage to continue if you have challenges. E is for effort. Effort is you have to do something. S is serenity, that is peace of mind.
Peace of mind.
There is no success without peace.
Peace of mind.
The other S is service. We are here to serve. And the big secret is, if you can help many people to achieve their goals, you will eventually achieve your goals. That is the biggest secret in success. And success starts from the mindset. There is a thermostat lodged in your subconscious mind that is either set for high, moderate, or low level of success. If your thermostat is set at a low level of success, you will never achieve high level of success. In order to achieve high level of success, you have to think big. And the acronym for thinking big, T is for talent. You have to be talented. Each and every one of us has a talent, something that you can do better than any other person in the whole world. So you have to find out what talent is. Or you learn a skill. H is honesty. You have to be honest. I is inside. You have to see with the mind. You have to see with the mind, or look for a role model, somebody who have done it and get it right. You do exactly the same thing, or even add value to that. N is your emotional intelligence. You have to know how to control your anger. K is for knowledge, what to do and why you are doing it. Your why must be very strong. When you are doing something just to earn money, or just for your own benefits, your why is very weak. If you want your why to be very strong, you have to do your job for the sake of Allah, or to make a difference. B is books. You have to read books. Read books like this one, Success, or The Power of Gratitude. I is in the planning. You have to research.
Yes.
Read intensely. G is for God. Anything you do it for the sake of Allah. Know that the rent that we pay for living in this planet is service to Him. And I thank you all for listening, and I hope to get you here another time to write another book. Assalamu alaikum.
There we are. There we go. You've heard it yourselves. I've heard it. And we've all heard it. So let's think big. And he has defined it for us. And success succeeds. For you to succeed, it should not be one of. A successful person will continue to succeed wherever they are, in whatever environment they are in. You cannot do well here, and when now you are sent somewhere, you start flopping. No, it's not possible. So it means your success was not successful. Am I communicating? Yes, you are a manager in this branch, you go to another branch and you're not actually a successful manager, there's a problem with you. It means your management in that other branch might have been based on the people there whom you are not grateful to. And now you went and met some other people somewhere who are now sitting and watching you because you are not a grateful manager, and then you'll flop. Hello? I'm telling you, these are realities. So gratitude matters in your success. And sometimes you alone cannot run a whole department or a whole organization. There are people that are there. So be grateful to them. Even that cleaner, any day she doesn't come to work, you are living in a filthy area. So the importance of the cleaner matters. Any day that toilet is not clean, you'll enter there, you'll come out. Hello? So give people their due and be grateful for the service they do. Don't tell them, are you not paid for this? How about you? So am I paid to be insulted? I'm paid to get insult from you. Yes, so we get to know when to be grateful to people, even though they may be doing their job. So you got to think about these things. So Lamin, thank you very much for this insight. Sometimes we ignore the little things, small things, when they are the ones that keep us going in life. Some of us here, those who have house helps, any day your house help is away, only God knows. Mama, am I talking to you? Yes, any day your house help is not in. Yes. Then you now realize that the insult you've been raining on her are now coming back to you. And woe betide you who have a husband who wants things done in a way and manner that your house help was the one doing it. And it comes and they are not done. Massivo. So the insult that we are going to the house help now will come to you. So you see how you can easily be exposed because of ungratefulness. Because you are not grateful. And you see how you can easily be exposed because your success was dependent on others. But now you want to parade yourself as the most successful manager, the most hardworking one, when the people that are doing the hard work are not seen. Hello? So these books will teach you a lot. I've learned a lot. And I know what it means. So let's be grateful. Even the driver driving us, any day he doesn't come to walk. Those of you who cannot drive well, you go to traffic, you'll be stopped. You will want to turn left, you will go right. The police will be there for you. So these are things we take for granted, but they are realities. Yeah? Ask me at home, I needed somebody to fix the satellite for us because we use it actually to watch some of these matches. Even GRTS and QTV at some point in time, we couldn't watch it because they've migrated. So who are we waiting for? A technician. So with all the knowledge in this world, can I actually operate the thing? I cannot. So who are you to be bragging and having ego? So your knowledge in a particular area is limited. The rest of it belongs to someone else. Be grateful to them. That is what it's telling you. Be grateful to them. Huh? Drive and then have a mechanical problem with your car. Who do you call? Is it not your mechanic? Gratitude is an attitude. Sometimes we think we're paying people enough, forgetting that we've not even done anything. So let's think about it. Thank you very much, Mr. Sanneh, for this. We're so grateful. So now we have our vote of thanks, but please do not leave, because we still need to get some books. And we need to be grateful for really being called here.
Good afternoon, distinguished guests, friends, and fellow readers. Today I will use the term fellow readers because I believe that even if we were not readers, from now on,
We'll be readers.
we will be readers.
Condition. Thank you, Mama.
Yeah. So we have reached the conclusion of this remarkable event, the triple book launch of The Purpose of Life is to be Grateful, The Power of Gratitude, and The Secret to Success. It has been a privilege to witness the unveiling of these profound works, authored by the talented and insightful Mr. Lamin Sanneh. Through his words, Mr. Sanneh has shared invaluable insights into the transformative power of gratitude. I would like to extend my sincere appreciation to him for his dedication, for his passion for writing, and his willingness to share his knowledge with the world.
Yes.
It has been said by Mr. Gomez that we should think of digitalizing, going digital. So we don't only expect this information, the knowledge shared, to be limited within the country, but also to go beyond borders. His books stand as a testament to his talent and his commitment to inspiring others. Today, we celebrate not only Mr. Sanneh's achievements, but also the increasing literacy landscape of the Gambia. Our nation is a home to a growing number of talented authors who contribute significantly to the global literacy scene. As we move forward, Let us embrace the spirit of gratitude. This cannot be overemphasized, because this has been so eloquently explored in these books, and also the power of, the secret to success. Let us strive to cultivate gratitude. This has been said before. In our daily lives, recognizing the blessings that surround us and finding joy in even the smallest of things. I encourage Gambians and non-Gambians in our beloved country and beyond to delve into these books and discover the transformative power of gratitude. May these books serve as a constant source of inspiration and guidance on our journey through life. Thank you all for joining us today. May the spirit of gratitude continue to flourish in our hearts and minds. Thank you.
So more blessings for us, and we're grateful for it. Thank you very much. So without much ado, I just want to thank all of you for being here, even though Madam Yasalujo Tarawale has already thanked us. Thank all of you for really the time, and I hope and pray that many more will grab this, and thanks to DJ Prime. With this, I know it will go global, and those who are not present will actually be able to know what happened locally in a global way. Thank you very much, DJ Prime, also for being here. Some of you may be wondering, is he coming here to play football or volleyball? Yes, I grabbed this volleyball in the morning when I was going on my walk, because I normally use it for the exercise. But Lamin was not only a footballer, he was a sports person. And growing up as a young person, you will do all sports, multi-sports. You may actually be concentrating on just maybe one, because at that time, besides the Nawetan and the league, we don't maybe do much. So the reason why I brought the ball is for us to continue exercising. The mind, this is what exercises the mind and expands it. This is what exercises the mind and expands it. Now, what actually exercises the body and gets it actually in shape is exercise. And as I said, most of us, I would say it in Mandinka, you understand what I mean? If you want it in one of them, buy some long. In Manjaku, right, so why I'm saying this is we have a lot of non-communicable diseases. You like it or not, I'm not a doctor, but I know. Sometimes I feel down because I've lost so many loved ones, friends, family, because of what we call sudden death. There is no sudden death. Death is death. Right? I'm not doing this to scare you, but I'm just doing this to encourage you to exercise. One, to do that, first know your number. Some of us only go to the hospital when we are sick. Besides that, we don't go. And even when we go to the hospital, in fact, some even don't go to the hospital, they go to the pharmacy. You don't do that. Don't buy any drugs without knowing your condition. Don't come and tell people, no, man, they did. You are not a doctor, you can't be your own doctor. Even the doctor needs a doctor. Please, first test yourself to know your condition. Because sometimes, if you are diabetic or hypertensive, there are things you should avoid, and you must avoid them. And Lamin is talking about peace of mind. Where do you get that from? Reading. When you're reading, your mind becomes peaceful. And through your reading, you may even learn a lot more about yourself, about your biology, about your chemistry, about your physiology, and so on. Then from there, even when you go to the hospital, you'll not be afraid. Hello? There are people who are afraid to just go to the hospital. So read, and maybe through that reading, you can easily go to the hospital. You know why? Because there may be a story about somebody who was sick. Whilst you are reading, and you will see yourself or your condition in it. So don't take it for granted. If you cannot read, give the book to somebody to read to you. Yeah? Your child is in school. In fact, that's one way of testing your children's ability. Call your child, Binta, Aja, can you read this for me? And then listen. Even when you really don't know what they are saying, you can see whether they are fluent in the way they are reading, whether they are coherent. All those are ways of testing your children. But we don't do all that. So thank you very much, Lamin, for this. Lord, thank you very much. This is actually showing you that he's grateful to be invited. That's why he's here. He could have easily looked at the time and said, no man, late now. Better late than never. So those who could not come can still buy copies from Lamin or from the other outlets. So without much ado, I think the rest of it now would be pledges, sale of books, among others. And the author is ready to sign any copies that are bought from him. And from there, we're going to have a group photo of all of us so that it will be historical. In the next 10, 20, 30 years, some of you will show this to your grandchildren and maybe talk to them about these books. A book you've never read 20 years ago, your grandchild may be reading it for you, or may be reading it to you, right? Or may be reading it today. Understand why. It is stopping you from getting up and going out, which you need because you need to be exercising. And it's taking you away from that communal living. Hello? I'm sorry I'm preaching. These are realities. You may not realize it. And mentally, you are actually affecting yourself. You don't realize that. And your vision, some of us, I'm sorry, I'm not saying you, Mama. I've started using like my body when they're just 20 or 30 years because they've been exposed to light maybe when they were just 3 years old. I hope I'm communicating. These are things we don't pay attention to, but these are realities. So we got to change the way we think about success. Success is not in the car. It's not in the story building. It's not in whatever. It's in your life and your living. And so long you are healthy, you're wealthy. So thank you very much, and maybe we'll allow Imam to do a closing prayer if I don't have people confessing.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Yéen ay mbooloo bu fekk fii yëpp ci seen suma secteur bi xam nga yéen lan la ci yéen waaye man suma secteur ëpp yi comité la Mr. Lamin Sanneh maa ngi ko nuyu di ko tatagal di nuyu soxnaam ak njabootam waaye di nuyu ñi nga xam ne yéen lañu fekk fii yëpp di am kontaan ak mbégte ci fekkee bés bu mel nii muy jàng ak jàngale loolu dafa am solo trop ci àddina bi waaye rawatina ci diine islam te yonent bi sallallahu alayhi wa alihi nga xam ne yàlla moom la tànn yónni ko balaa mu ko yónni wala balaa moo wax ak moom dara li mu ko njëkk a wax rek mooy na ko jàngal iqra mooy jàngal ak itam ci jàng rek ci la nit ki di xamee ci jàng xam ci la nit ki di defee balaa ngaa def dara foog nga xam balaa ngaa xam itam foog nga jàng ngir ne yonent bi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam nga xam ne yàlla daf ko xamal lu nekk waaye nekk jàng moo ko may li mu am laa bi nag moom dafa am lu ko yàlla jagleel ci loolu nit ki dafay jàng waaye dafa am loo xam ne yàlla moo la koy xamal rek moom suma waxtaan ak moom loolu lay yëg ci moom mais dafa am loo xam ne yàlla moo ko ko defal nekk rek loo jàng kese loolu nag loolu ñu tuddee am la duniyu xam-xam la boo xam ne bu bàyyeekoo ci yàlla la jaar ci ko neex kon ñu ngi sant yàlla bi nga xamee ne yàlla dafa def ñun ak moom ñu dëkk waaye yàlla def tam ñun ak moom ñu ablante muy am ay xalaat yoo xam ne soo ko seetee yëpp da nga koy fekk ci alquran fekk ko ci hadis yonent bi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam mënoon na koo téye ji dënnam ku waxtaan ak moom jëriñu ci su ku waxtaanut ak moom dañ koy ci jëriñ waaye mu am xalaat ñeme pour ñàkk a nelaw pour bàyyi yeneen soxla bàyyi yeneen itte toog téye xalimbaam ak këyitam di ko bind wala ñu téye penam ak pipaam teg ko ci penam léeg-léeg ñu bàyyi njabootam xam nga bind nekkul lu yomb nekkut itam lu neex foog nga bàyyi li nga bëggoon a def ci lu bari pour mun a bind loo xam ne keneen dina si njëriñoo kon loolu la ñu ko ciy sant di ko gërëm di ko ñaanal yàlla te lii mu bind nii yàlla def ci barke barke bi mooy njëriñ mu ngi ci waaye nit ñi njëriñoo moo bokk ci li Yonent bi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam nit ki su dee bàyyi ko fi dafay mel ni sax deewul ndax loolu lépp loo xam ne rek def nañ ko ci wala nit jëfandikoo koo na ko yuus na ko ci gannaawam njëriñ bi yàlla daf koy indi moom ki nga xam ne moo sonn ba def loolu daf ci bokk la xam-xam boo xam ne dañ ko bàyyi fii nit ñi di ko jëriñoo mooy comme façon bii rek bind téere boo xam ne daf ko fii bàyyi nit ñi di ko jëriñoo ci seen mbiri àddina nit ñi di ko jëriñoo ci seen mbiri diina loolu la alhamdulilah lu am solo la maa ngi jégalu nag ci yéex bi nga xam ne moom laa yéex a ñëw nekkul rek de suma sago te moom daa xam naa ne understand na loolu su nekkee ne soxlaam taxaw na waaw dinaa def lu ma mën pour ma fekkee ji ko waaye nag dafa nekkee na ku ñëpp bokk ku nekk rek nag ci am wàll loolu la soo affaire imam bi ñëpp ñoo ko bokk am na ci keneen soxlaam bu wax yoon doon defalante balaa taay bi pour mun a agsi fii nii waaye ñi la ko yàlla dogalee maa ngi jégu tam ci suma kàddu bi moo ekkati ko sot si moo ko nekk rek incha allah taala maa ngi taxawal suma kàddu bi di sant di gërëm ñëpp alhamdulilah asalaamaaleykum wa rahmatullah bismillah بسم الله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين اياك نعبد واياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين غير المغضوب عليهم اللهم ربنا تقبل منا انك انت وتب علينا انك انت لا اله الا انت سبحانك حسبنا الله ونعم الوكيل فانقلبوا بنعمه من الله وفضل الله نجيب بعباده يرزق من يشاء وهو العزيز ربنا تقبل منا انك انت السميع وتب علينا انك بسم الله لا يدوم مع اسمه شيء في الارض ولا في السماء اللهم صل على سيدنا ناصر الحق بالحق والهادي الى صراط المستقيم وعلى اله حق قدره سبحان ربك سلام على المرسلين والحمد لله رب العالمين.
Thank you very much. Please, I crave your indulgence to just come behind the dignitaries to take the photo. So the ladies, please, you can come behind. The family can be right behind.